As long as there's betting on anything, there's always going to be people trying to beat the system. This is why we must have strict rules in racing, and everyone must support them. Horse racing is the most regulated sport in Trinidad and Tobago and even the rest of the world. If you have a filly that you want to send to stud, it must be reported to the racing authority. When she's covered, you must report this to the racing authority and certify who she was covered by. When she has a foal, it must be registered with the racing authority. When the foal becomes a yearling, it must be registered and microchipped, and a microchip installed by the racing authority for further accurate identification. And DNA testing is also done to verify the sire. DNA testing has been done in racing long before the police. We have been doing DNA testing in racing for a long time. When it comes into the paddock, it must have been vaccinated and re-identified. Every owner, trainer, jockey, and groom must be licensed by the racing authority on the condition that they abide and respect the rules of racing. In my opinion, there are three categories of racing. First, it is a sport for the owner as they spend money on buying and maintaining horses, knowing that they're going to get very little back and lose a lot more than they win. We must respect this and ensure that it costs them as little as possible to enjoy the sport. Secondly, it's an industry for the trainers and jockeys, as they depend on it for a living. Thirdly, it is a challenge for punters, who are very important. They try to make racing an exact science by reading the form and betting their hard-earned money on a horse they select to win. If racing was an exact science, it would be boring, and there would be no bookmakers. When this is done, and they do not win, they blame everyone else but themselves. They never accept the fact that it is a misjudgment on their part. We must protect them and ensure that when they lose, they must lose fair. If a punter feels that he has lost his money on account of dishonesty, all they do is throw their program in the dustbin at the end of the day's racing and never return. We cannot afford to lose them. Jockeys are the most vulnerable. A trainer and a groom would spend months preparing a horse, and the jockey would make a mistake in a few seconds, causing them to lose a race, dismantling months of hard work. When this happens, we must accept it and learn from it. Jockeys are the ones that are approached to be dishonest in racing. They must resist this at all costs. I do not know any dishonest jockey that has been successful in racing. Sooner or later, it catches up with you and destroys your integrity. Once this happens, it can never be restored.